To me, it's so funny that somebody would come to me and say, well, what do you think about this political guy? You're rock stars. And I go, exactly. Why would you ask me?
Everybody's got something hiding in the back of their mind.
When you put politics and music, you've got two things that shouldn't be in bed together. Politics is this own world out here that all of us fairly hate. I just believe that rock should be an escape from politics, not rushing to it. Because I'm a rock star. I mean, I don't know any more than you do, but people seem to think if you're in show business, you know more than they do. Should you actually listen to that person about who they would vote for? Because their values are different than yours. How do you know that you have the same values? You're listening to him because you like the way he plays music, not because his brain is any smarter than yours. I would ask my barber before I would ask a rock star.
Everybody's got something up their sleeve, yeah.
You have to remember, when I put that right out, Nixon was in office, and the most unlikely candidate on the planet would have been Alice Cooper. I was the most hated human being when it came to parents and authority. I was Marilyn Manson times 10.
Smelling a conspiracy.
I think when you come to see an Alice Cooper show, you won't see anything satanic in my show. You'll never see anything anti-Christian. You'll never see anything like that, because my show is much more of a Vaude-Villain kind of show. And so I don't touch on religion, even though I'm Christian, and I don't touch on politics because I'm not political. My show is pure fantasy. You believe in this villain, this character that's a fun villain. He's not just a villain. There's a sense of humor behind him. You know, like every good villain should have a sense of humor. And I think that in a world of all these Peter Pans, we needed a Captain Hook.
Don't you know that feeds my paranoid personality?
Sometimes you spend thousands of dollars on an effect, and it looks great in rehearsal. And then you get it in front of an audience, and nobody reacts to it. And then you make a mistake on stage, and everybody reacts to it. And you go, whatever that mistake was, do it again tomorrow night, because it worked. You know, sometimes your best things on stage are mistakes. I always tell my band, there's no such thing as a mistake on stage. Musically, there is. I had a bass player once, he fell over a garbage can, right? Just backed up and fell over the garbage can. I said, if you fall over a garbage can, get up, play 3 more songs, then fall over the garbage can again. Now the audience goes, oh, it's part of the show. And then people will keep saying, the funniest thing happened, this bass player kept falling over the garbage can. It was a mistake, but it worked.
They're telling lies about me constantly.
I want the audience focused on the character. I don't want him distracted by a lot of other things. So when Alice is in a straitjacket on stage, I want a cold blue light on him. And that's all you see is this character. And I want you to feel the tension of him trying to get out of the straitjacket. That way, I stay away from tech. I want it to be more raw. I want it to be more guerrilla theater. So you don't see a lot of pyro in our show. You don't see a lot of laser effects like that. They come to us with all these things. I go, no. I said, that's not what our show's about. That would be great for Muse. That would be great for Pink Floyd. That would be great for this. But in our show, I want you sucked into the middle of the show. I want you to be riveted to this character. What's he going to do with his straitjacket? And then when he breaks out of it, now what's he going to do? So that's the kind of theater I want. I want them focused here, not here.
My personality.
They always want me to be the villain. You know, I played Freddy Krueger's father, and I was even worse than Freddy, as far as being a horrible guy. I did a movie called Suck with Malcolm McDowell, and Iggy. Iggy was in it. And I played this bartender that ends up being this ancient vampire. In the end, he's like the one that you really have to worry about. I get these parts all the time. I said, why don't you make me like the school teacher? I would love to play a character that's other than me. a character that would be a heroic character once in a while.